Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for the second session of the day. And this session is all about future. The future of this beautiful island nation, Sri Lanka. The session will comprise of two main presentations. One on nation building and the other one on being wonder of the Asia. On behalf of the Commander of the Army, I extend a very warm welcome to Mr. Lalit Weeratunga, Secretary to His Excellency the President, and Mr. Ajit Niwad Cabral, the Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. The subject of nation building will be covered by Mr. Ajit Niwad Cabral, who is the 12th Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, and he also chairs the Monetary Board. He serves as a member of the Finance Commission, the National Economic Council, and as the Chairman of the Interregulatory Council. He is an alternate Governor of the International Monetary Fund and the immediate past Chairman of the SAARC Governors Forum. Prior to his appointment as the Governor, Mr. Cabral was the advisor to His Excellency the President on Economic Affairs and the Secretary, Ministry of Plan Implementation. He also served as a member of the Board of the Strategic Enterprises Management Agency, which is commonly known as SEMA, and as a member of the government team that participated at the Geneva talks with the LTTE in February 2006. In the year 2005, Mr. Cabral was closely associated in the development of the Mahinda Chintana, which currently serves as the policy framework and development plan of the government of Sri Lanka. Mr. Cabral was also a fellow in the 2000 Multi-Nation Program of the Eisenhower Foundation, USA. He is the author of two books, Towards a Sri Lankan Renaissance and Lak Mawata Mutupotak, which means a string of pearls for Mother Lanka. Today, we are fortunate to benefit from his knowledge and experience. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pride to present Dr. Ajit Niwad Cabral. Over to you, sir.
Secretary to His Excellency the President, Mr. Lalit Weeratunga, the Commander of the Army, Jagat Jayasuriya, Your Excellencies, and my dear friends. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the Commander for organizing such an excellent forum where a frank exchange of views could take place in relation to the unique experience that Sri Lanka has been able to present to the world, that of defeating terrorism. I think it's something that many people would not have believed to be possible, and the fact that Sri Lanka has been able to finally deliver such an outcome is an extraordinary performance, and I want to congratulate all who have been instrumental in doing so, and all who have sacrificed their lives in achieving that amazing outcome at this moment. I also want to thank the organizers for inviting me to share these thoughts on what went behind the scenes in relation to nation building during the effort that was put in place to make this happen. And thereafter, a most important second step, that of nation building, reconciliation, and ensuring that people are able to benefit from this extraordinary event and outcome of defeating terrorism. So let me preface my remarks by saying that for 30 plus years, terrorism sapped the energies of our nation. Many people, whenever they had a conversation in the economic field, and I used to experience that very, very often, whenever I had a conversation, it always ended with the word but. They used to say, yes, you have all these things happening in your country, you have all these extraordinary features, you have been able to talk about all these macro developments, but you have a war going on. And that used to be always the final word in almost all our conversations. And during that time, especially in the North and the East, it was almost impossible to think about nation building. The North and the East was the center stage of the debilitating war that engulfed our entire nation. And during that time, it was almost impossible to think of anything else about nation building in those areas, but it was just a question of maintaining services. But at the same time, we had to do much in other areas. And that's something that I'm going to talk to you about. And from mid-2006, from the time this effort was gathering momentum, to about mid-2009, by the time this effort was over, we faced some massive challenges from the point of view of the economy. The LTTE knew that if you were to damage the economy or destroy the economy, the rest of all what was being spoken of would have been over. Because ultimately, we all know that the engine that keeps all these efforts going is the money. If the money dried up, if the economy failed, then rest of all what we were attempting to do would not have been possible for us to achieve or do. They knew that very well, and that is why they targeted key economic factors and key economic centers in the course of their operations. So the effect of the war on terror was felt not only in the North and the East, but the entire economy. Everyone realized and felt as to what was happening in the economy.